It is 2025, and what's crazy is it's January 16th, and I have not been accountable for the action that I am looking to take starting off this new year. Not even close. Today is the 16th, and before you know it, January is going to be over. We will be in February. And not that that's necessarily a bad thing, because sometimes some people, when they're wanting to make changes or, have New Year's resolution, it doesn't always start January 1st, January 2nd, 1st of January. Sometimes for them, they have to plan to make sure that they can execute the plans that they have for themselves. I am one of those people. I am super duper 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 delayed because I'm not prepared. I want to go into this year better prepared than I was last year. Last year, I tried a bunch of different things to better myself mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, but I never prepared myself properly to set myself up for success in no way, shape, or form. We all have goals. We all have ideas of things that we want to do and accomplish. But preparation is key. And a lot of the times we can forget that and get lost in the doing or the attempting of doing something rather than making sure we have all that we need to properly execute. And so I didn't want to go into this year doing the same things and making the same mistakes that I made in 24, 23, 22, 21, 20. So instead of doing 75 hard, 75 medium, 75 soft, I want to do 50 days of living a soft girl life, all while challenging myself to be a better human to myself, be a better human to other people, to pay attention to myself emotionally, cater to myself with self-love, self-care, self-appreciation, learning how not to be a yes person to the people that I love and care for, and standing 10 toes in a no if a no needs to be valid. I want to be able to really dive deep into my spirituality and really just be one with God as much as he is with me, to give him the same undivided attention and love and care that he gives me, and to learn more about him and communicate more with him. I want to challenge myself academically. Personally, the mantra new year, new me isn't for me. I think I am still me, but I want to make improvements. I think that everybody has room to grow in some way, shape, or form. And I want to take the opportunity to allow myself to grow and be more intentional and well-balanced. So, 50 soft for me is going to look a little something like this. We're drinking half a gallon of water a day. We're going to be doing full-on clean keto for 50 days. We are going to be spending time with God. We are also going to be reading a book. It can be self-help. I prefer those just because I like a challenge and I like to learn and I like to see other people's perspectives and their points on life and certain views, and seeing how I can incorporate those things to help elevate me and improve me overall as a person. I also am going to be working out at least 5 days out of the week, with possibly 2 active rest days. If I do 2 workouts in a day, great. If I don't, at least I did one. And the point and the intention is to move my body more, since I work sitting on my hiney all day. I don't move much. And so I want to be able to move more. I do have some weight loss goals, but I don't want my life to be around weight loss and weight loss goals. I would heavily prefer for my life to be well balanced, where yes, I would like to lose weight, and yes, I would like to hit certain wellness goals, but I want to, how do I put this? I don't want to put too much pressure on myself if certain things don't come to me within a certain time period. I am a huge perfectionist, and I want to work on that, where I want to start looking more at my progress and not making conscious efforts to be perfect. So with that being said, I'm going to be taking progress photos, but I'm only going to be doing them once a week. I'm also going to incorporate journaling, and it will be 2 different types. So I'll have my journal that I'll be using every day. I'm using a gratitude journal for day and night. And then once a week, I want to do an overall reflection of my week, so that I can kind of see what works, what doesn't work, how can I tweak certain things, because this process for me is about still allowing myself grace to mess up and be able to recover from that and not beat myself up over it. So those are the few things that are the most important to me. If anything else gets added into the mix, I will let you know and update you, but those are the few most important ones. Now that we've got through that, I think we should, oh yes, I forgot, I will be, within this 50 days, I have 50 affirmations that I have come up with to kind of keep me grounded, reminding myself of who I am and what I'm trying to achieve, and just to help better myself. So we're going to work on a affirmation wall for the 50 days. And then we're going to finish preparing, because this is the preparation for 50 Soft. We're going to prepare myself, mind, body, spirit for what is to come in the next following days. As I started editing this video, I realized that there were some things that I missed when it came to explaining the things that I will be doing or rules that I will have in place for my 50 Soft challenge. So I just kind of wanted to go over all of them all over again, just so that we're all on the same page here. So we're going to be doing, and I'm reading it off of my phone here, but we're going to be doing weekly weigh-ins. We're going to journal daily. We're going to drink a half a gallon of water. Be asleep by 11 p.m. We will have weekly reflections. We will exercise daily. Now that might be 1 exercise a day. It may be 2. It really just depends on how I feel, and if I feel like I have, how do I want to put this? If I feel like I have enough, I guess, energy to do a second workout, because I'm going to be listening to the cues of my body to making sure that I'm not overworking myself. So there's also going to be no alcohol for the next 50 days. We're going to read 10 pages of a self-improvement book each day. We're going to spend time with God and pray. We're going to take weekly progress photos. We're not going to have any cheat meals, and we're going to stay on track to eating keto, low carb for 50 straight days. So those are the things that I missed, or just reiterating just so that when we're along this journey, we all kind of have an understanding as to what goals we're trying to meet. Now that we're done with the wall, I feel so stinking accomplished. This is one thing for me that I feel like is going to be the biggest benefit in the long run, because I am such a perfectionist and I always second guess myself, and I find ways to, I don't know, just kind of be a negative Nancy and break my own self down. And I'm working on that this year. I want to give myself more positive talk. I want to speak positivity more into my life. And so this isn't just to count off 50 days. This is to help me begin to change my mindset and evolve within this 50 days. And then after the 50 days, I might not necessarily need to have an affirmation to ground me or to remind me of who I am, my purpose, where I'm headed, where I am now, and needing guided positivity to get me through. It's more so to start the process of reconditioning myself to understand the love that I should have for myself, the grace, the compassion, the understanding that I should have with myself. And don't get me wrong, affirmations are wonderful. If you would like to use them for every day for your 365 days, you definitely can. But I just think that this is a starting point for me, and we'll see where after the 50 days this takes me, if I feel like I need to have more affirmations to continue to pour into myself, or maybe daily devotionals, but we'll see where we go with this. So just for the sake of this, I'm going to tell you a couple of what affirmations I have up here. I'm not going to go through all of them since it's 50, and that's a lot. For the first day, for the first and the last day, I wanted to give myself something that I feel like will make me feel as powerful as possible moving into the process. So I wanted to give myself something that really sets the tone. So for day one, I put, I'm creating habits that support my whole self. So this isn't habits just for a certain part of my life, like wellness or losing weight. This is for an overall general experience. Another one here that I have for day 8, for example, is I honor my body by moving it in ways that feel good. So what that means for me essentially is I'm going to continue to listen to my body and follow the cues of my body, what it wants, and engage in that mind-body experience, so I know that what I'm feeling is something that I can actually handle in that moment. If my body doesn't feel like weight training today, I'm not going to push myself to do that. I'm going to honor the cues that my body is giving me. And if that means that's a stretch day, if it means that it's a walk day, if it means that it's an overall full rest day, I will give my body that, because you don't want to overwork yourself. That leads to burnout. And you can burn out not just mentally, but you can also burn out physically. And that is not where I want to go with this challenge or with my life. So, let's see, what else do I want to day 17, I'm building a lifestyle, not just habits. And that's important because this is something I want to do for life. These are habits that I want to take with me past 50 days, all 365 days of the year, for the next rest of the days of my life. Do you get what I'm saying? This isn't a one-stop shop. This isn't after 50 days, I just do whatever I want. I stop because I've reached a 50-day goal. This is my life. These are things that I feel will improve my quality of life. And so this is a self-improvement process. Okay? So I'm not just creating a habit for the sake of a habit. I'm creating a sustainable lifestyle that I'll be proud of and happy with, and that I can continue to thrive on. What's another one that I have on here that I want to share? Oh, day 12. I actually just talked about this at my new job. I mentioned it like a couple seconds ago. I am a huge perfectionist. Very huge. If I don't get an A in a class, I tend to beat myself up over it. I'm working on it, but I'm using that as an example. I tend to beat myself up over it instead of understanding that I'm not perfect, understanding that I'm not always going to be a straight A student, that some things are harder than others, so it's about the journey and not the grade. And so it's the same thing. I am going to be focusing on progress and not perfection. I want to enjoy the process. I want to see the growth and enjoy the growth along the way. This isn't meant for me to compete with myself to be as perfect as possible. There is no competition. This is me and just me alone. And any amount of progress is a win. And I need to continue to keep reminding myself of that. So, those are just a few of some of the affirmations that I'm going to be taking off this board, putting at my desk every day, concentrating on that post-it note for the entire day, really soaking in the energy and the positivity that comes out of that affirmation every day. Of course, I will be recording my daily affirmations for you to also help improve your own life and to also empower you to be the best you that you can be. So I look forward to this process. This is going to be not easy, and I don't expect it to be. I look forward to see all the things that can happen, bumps in the road and all. It's definitely going to be a ride, and I hope that you will stay along for this 50 days with me. I'm going to be posting every single day. That's going to be hard, but it's going to be definitely worth it, being able to show you guys what I go through and how I'm overcoming certain challenges that may come my way. Because we know the devil will try to deter you, take you off track, show you things that are not even meant for you, but it will look shiny and pretty. I don't want that. I don't want my spirit to be, how do I say, disturbed. I don't. I want to, I'm trying to figure out how I want to say this. I'm not going to let things defeat me that the devil may throw my way. Any curveball that happens, I am going to find a solution in the most positive and healthy way to work around that issue. It's not going to be easy to do, but I'm trying to unlearn and undo a lot of things that I have done to myself outside of the things that people have done to me to make myself as strong of a woman as I possibly can be. We have a very, very full table of food that is going to nourish us and prepare us for this keto journey. As you can see, there is so many things here. I am going to go over each item that is here. There are other items that I have purchased that are not on this table, as one, the table has reached its capacity, and two, they're not exactly keto specific, like turkey breast, well, like chicken breast, beef stew, fish. Those things are normal to consume by anyone unless you're vegetarian or vegan. So I don't have those, but I'm going to go through everything that I have here that I have bought to use for this week and maybe next week for my keto journey. So we're going to start from behind me and then we're going to work our way in the front. So I love coffee, and I don't necessarily love it black. So sometimes I may want a creamer. I like my coffee to have a little bit of a creaminess to it. And sometimes the creamer, depending on the flavor, can give you the sugar without adding sugar. So I decided I'm going to try this Coffee Mate creamer. It is the chocolate caramel, and it has no sugar at all. None. So that's the first thing. The next thing we're stocking up on is greens. I have organic spring mix here. It has baby spinach and spring mix mixed together. I like to use this for salads. And I mean, I go through and look and make sure that like there's no yucky pieces that I'm putting in my bowl. There's a couple yucky pieces stuck in the corners up here when they sealed off the packaging. But I like to have this. And I also love to have romaine hearts. I like to use this for example, tuna salad. So I have some tuna here. But I like to use it for tuna salad. I like to use it as buns for burgers, so on and so forth. But I like to have a lot of leafy greens. So we have romaine lettuce. We have tuna. I only have 2 cans right now, but I do plan on buying more tuna. And this is tuna in water, not in oil. I also have some turkey patties. You can also do regular burger beef patties. I just wanted to try some turkey burgers. I like to thaw these out, season them myself, and reform them into a patty to make my burgers, or just to make as chopped meat for a salad. So it's about 6 here. And what I do too is when it's thawed out, I also measure it to make sure that it's the right amount of ounces I need for my protein. I have some bell peppers here. I have more in the fridge. The other package is already open, so I wanted to give you guys the fresh package. I also have some eggs for breakfast, for salads, you name it, eggs is a very great source of protein. And while I'm on keto, I'm going to be prioritizing my protein intake as well, just to further fuel my body and help with building muscle, because that's the goal. It's not just to lose weight, but I also want to build some muscle as well. I also have a variety of sugar-free sauces. My go-to is G. Hughes. This one is their sugar-free steak sauce. I love this as an A1 alternative. Don't get me wrong, I love A1, but A1 also has sugar in it. And so this clean version where there's no sugar actually helps me stay in ketosis, and it's really, really good. I also have another sauce from him. I do have a Yum Yum sauce, and I have a Cluckin' Chicken. I think it's supposed to be a twist on the Chick-fil-A sauce, and I also have a Polynesian sauce from him that's in my cabinet. But I wanted to show you guys this sugar-free barbecue sauce. It's sweet and spicy. Let me tell you, this right here hits so bad. This right here is so good. This is my favorite. I use it on all of my meats, and it's a fan favorite. It's gotten to the point where I can make meat for my husband and my mom, and they will eat it. It tastes that good. Now, I have a new sugar-free sauce that I'm looking to try. I know Sweet Baby Ray's came out with just the original Ray's sugar-free, and I wasn't a fan of that. But it looks like they've come out with more flavors of no sugar. So I'm going to be trying out the sweet and smoky barbecue sauce. I bought this at ShopRite, and I am very, very excited to try this. It is keto friendly. It only has 1 gram of sugar, and there is no sugar added to this. I'm also trying some other new things. So on keto, you can't use regular flour for your meats and stuff if you want a breaded chicken of sorts. And so I found these real good buffalo style chicken strips and some original style chicken strips. The buffalo has 22 grams of protein, and it's only 2 net carbs, and it is definitely keto friendly. So if you haven't tried this and you're looking to do keto or low carb, I would look to see if you could find this. I will give you guys an update to let you know if it tastes good, and give you the verdict then. So that one was the buffalo. This one is the lightly breaded chicken strips. It actually has 1 more gram of, it has 1 more gram of protein in this. So this is 23 grams of protein, and this actually has 3 net carbs. So here is the lightly breaded. So now that we're done with this side of the counter, let's work our way to the other side. So a few more items to list here. Another real good product that I bought was a lasagna bowl, 4 net carbs, 25 grams of protein, and it is home style marinara sauce and creamy ricotta cheese smothered between layers of chicken parmesan slices. This sounds so good. I can't wait to try it. If I have a day where I haven't meal prepped something and I just want to have something that's on the go in a way that I can just microwave for maybe about 3 to 5 minutes and be able to eat, this is perfect. I'm going to give you guys an update on this one too and let you know how it tastes, but this is what it looks like. Also on keto, you can have a variety of cheeses. So I have off-brand whipped cream cheese to put on my bagels and bread. I have keto bagels and keto bread. Actually, let's skip that. So I have the brand Sola. I have the blueberry bagels, which is 14 grams of protein, and it looks like this. They now sell it in stores. If you have a Stop and Shop near you, they sell it at Stop and Shop. And I have also seen it at select Walmarts, so they have that. And then I have the soft and buttery soft white bread. No sugar, 40 calories, 8 grams of fiber, and it looks like this. and it has like 4 grams of protein. It's not a protein based bread, but I could take this, I could put whipped cream on it, some sugar-free jelly. That could be a snack or a breakfast. You can do avocado toast, because avocados is something that is high in fat, and you can have that while you're on keto. Sadly, I don't have any avocados, and I don't want to have anybody shopping for avocados for me, so when I go to the store next, I'll be getting myself some avocados. I also do have Mission Zero net carbs, keto friendly, the street taco wraps. I plan to use this for some taco meals that I have, because you can have 1 tortilla, that's a serving. I probably would do 2, and 2 or 3, I would say, because it's only 25 calories for 1, so 3 of them is not going to throw me through a loop, so I could probably have those. I do have to be mindful of like the carbs and stuff, but we'll figure out how we're gonna do this. But I'm gonna be making tacos. I can put it in this. I can make breakfast tacos and put it in this. Sky's the limit. Another cheese that I use is feta. I like to put this on my salads. Love, 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 love feta. Feta also on top of avocado toast with a little balsamic vinegar is chef's kiss. I also have some olives here. I do love black Kalamata olives. I like to snack on them, and I also like to put them in my salad. So I have that. I have some tomatoes here, just regular standard tomatoes. I bought this at Aldi. I actually like the tricolor tomatoes, or multicolor, so I'm definitely going to be buying this again when I run out, and I use these for salads. I have some cantaloupe, because cantaloupe is one of the few fruits that you can have on keto besides berries. So I bought a full container of cantaloupes, and I plan to eat this with, like, by itself or with cottage cheese to add that extra little protein in the day. I bought myself some Brussels sprouts halves. This was the best looking option that they had in the grocery store the other day. So I plan on making this soon to go with, you know, the chicken strips or, you know, anything that I decide to cook. I'm going to have these Brussels sprouts halves to go with it. I also have pasta. You can't have real noodles on keto, but there are a variety of other options that kind of give you a noodle vibe. So I'm going to be trying the It's Skinny brand. I've never had this. I've only had the shirataki noodles, and I think they're generally the same. They come in like this liquid anyway, so I think it's the same type of thing. But I got a spaghetti, and I tried to get a fettuccine, but it was sold out, so they ended up replacing it with angel hair. So it's not a huge portion. The serving size is 3.52 ounces, and there's 2 servings in here. So this is really just enough for one person. It is not meant to be shared amongst a family. And last but not least is a couple of kind of like snacks or breakfast. So I have some 2 good yogurts. Now this is not the correct flavor. I do have the correct flavor in the fridge. I didn't think about the flavors that I was buying, and I accidentally bought some peach, and you can't have peach on keto. But I still wanted to show you the yogurt because I do have some in the fridge that are strawberry, and I'm going to look for some others that are other berry flavors that I can have. But it looks like this. And it's just the 2 Good brand, sugar-free and perfect for keto living. And then I have 2 types of ice cream. I love Rebel cookie dough ice cream. It's lactose free and it's keto, so chef's kiss. I don't have to worry about my stomach on me. Like, I don't have to worry about that. But I also just recently bought the NYX Swedish style ice cream bars. This is fantastic. If you haven't tried this, you really need to get a hold of this. I only have 2 more of these left because it only comes with 4, and it's 1 net carb, and it's sugar free. So, well, no sugar added. So let's see. Yeah, it's it's sugar-free, so, and there's no sugar added to it, so it's perfect. I do want to try, they have like some flavors with, I think, chocolate caramel and things like that. I want to try some other flavors because when I get my period, I am usually a chocolate girly, and my period is coming right around the corner, so I want to get some others just to try them out and see what they're giving. But this is really good. Get your hands on it if you like strawberries and cream. It's nice and thick and creamy. It's kind of like a yogurt bar. Yeah, it's kind of like a frozen yogurt bar. That's the consistency that I get from it. So, but if you don't like these or you can't find these, the Rebel is really good. My favorite is cookie dough. And for the most part, that is what I have that I'm going to be using for the next week, 2 weeks. If there's anything that I need to re-up on, I will go to the grocery store, or I will just add it to an Instacart or an Aldi cart and have it delivered to my home. But as of right now, this is what we're starting with at the starting point. There's a lot of meals you can make with these. I also have some frozen broccoli downstairs and some frozen spinach in another freezer. So I can always change out from having, you know, this type of leafy green and Brussels sprouts to having some other type of green to go with my meals. So that is all that we have for this. More groceries to come, and I'll definitely be doing some more grocery hauls and some food reviews just so that you can kind of see how some of these things that I'm creating as I'm learning new recipes or buying new things from companies are tasting, and if I recommend them to you guys so that you guys can try it out too if you're, you know, embarking on a keto low carb lifestyle. So you watched me fill this Become Your Dream Self 2025 edition. It's from Alexis Sparks here on YouTube. It's free. All you have to do is, she has a video talking about it. You click on the link, you put in your email address, and she emails all of this to you. And so I just added my vision board. I actually had to delete the page that she had for the vision board to go into because mine did not want to do that. So this is a partial vision board. This is just some of the things that I could think of that I'm looking forward to for this year. I want to keep my visions a little bit smaller so it's a little bit more easier to attain. And so there's only 2 sections I haven't filled out. This section here is the Dream Self Journal entry. I'm going to do this privately on my own. I don't want to, I guess, really show too much of this. This is more personal for me. And then the self-concept programming, I need to read the instructions for this because I'm not really too sure what to do here. But as you can see, I have filled out everything else to the best of my ability. So even if you can't read it, which is fine, I filled out everything else. So let's see how this goes.